What is up? It's been a hot minute. We are sitting in South Carolina, taking a 30-minute break real quick. We're gonna be making a delivery in Raleigh, North Carolina tomorrow morning. I pulled it up on GPS. It seems like it's kind of a interesting area that we're going to be delivering tomorrow, so I'll make sure and start back with the normal vlogs tomorrow. I've just been kind of busy, man. I've been working out. When I stop, I tend to work out, and then I take a shower, and then after that I try to get sleep. I've just gotten too fat, man. I hate looking at myself. I feel like crap a lot. So I'm just working on watching what I eat for sure. I've only been drinking water. So I'm just working on that, trying to get as healthy as possible anyways. So I've not really had a whole lot of time to film. It is what it is, but I'm gonna get back into the groove here pretty soon. But there's some things Crete wise that I wanted to talk about. You know, for some of you guys that are already here at the company, you might not know what's going on, or you might know. But either way, I'm gonna reiterate some of the topics in this video. So this video, really, it's just going to be a quick, kind of short one that's basically just talking about what we've got going on. And some of these are, like I said, I've not filmed in a minute. Some of these are from last month. The Memphis terminal. Last I heard last month, it might already be open at this point. I don't know. I've not been through that area in a good hot minute. They were working on finishing touches for the terminal. They were working on card readers, getting those installed and everything like that. And from what I understand, it's going to be fully staffed. It's going to have showers and laundry, just like any other terminal. So that, if it's not open yet, it should be opening soon. As soon as I know a date for sure, then I'll let you guys know. Greensboro, North Cackalack. Last I had heard about that, Crete is in the process of looking for a different location to move that terminal to. For you guys that have been to that terminal, you know that it's extremely small. It's not much better than most truck stops. Meaning you could go there and there's a possibility you might not be able to find a parking spot because it's extremely small. After hours, from what I understand, you don't have access to anything. I've been there once, and that was just to pick up an empty trailer, and it was teeny tiny. So from what I understand, they're looking at other areas in Greensboro to move the terminal there, and their main focus is obviously bigger parking. Speaking of parking, Crete, and I'm not going to name any of these customers in the video. If you're at Crete, feel free to ask what customers are allowing this. But when it comes to parking, Crete has been in the process of talking to a lot of our customers, and there's some of them that will allow us to park on their property, whether or not we're picking up or delivering to their location. They'll allow us, just because we do haul for them and they've got such a great relationship with Crete itself, they'll allow us to park on their property for our break. Like I said, whether you're picking up or delivering there has absolutely nothing to do with that. And like I said, I'm not going to name what those places are over the video. If you're at Crete, one, it would benefit you to subscribe to the Crete channel and keep up with them on YouTube and Facebook if you don't already. But two, you're going to have to contact your asset manager or whoever and figure out what those places are. You know, because that could come in handy when you need parking. So that's another good thing. Hey, that's another reason you need to come to Crete, man. Crete obviously cares about not only getting freight moved, but obviously they care about helping their drivers out. Crete didn't have to do that. These are customers that don't allow parking on their property, but because Crete communicates with them and they have such like I said, a good relationship with the company itself, they'll allow us to park on their property. No other companies, previously they weren't allowing parking on their property at all, but now even if we're not picking up or dropping off there, we can park on their property. That should tell you a little something right there in and of itself about Crete and the higher ups here. You know, they try to make everything as easy as possible for us because they know how stressful it is out here on the road. All right, a few more things. This was also last month. Some of you guys may have seen them on the roads already. Kenworth's KW, the T680s, one of my favorites. That's what I had when I was at Trans Am leasing my truck. I miss it. We got 150 of those in. No, this wasn't last month. I heard about it last month. It occurred this month in March, if I'm not mistaken. I may be wrong on that. Basically, Crete brought in 150 of the Kenworths. I've not seen one on the road yet, but that's not to say that they're not out there, because like I said, we brought in 150 of them, and what they're doing with that is they're mainly going to the drivers that have been here for a while, so Crete can really get a feel for those trucks. And I would suspect that they're trying to find out if it would be a good thing to go with bringing more into the fleet long term, you know, because right now all we have is Freightliners and Internationals. Those Kenworths, people can say what they want about the Kenworths. The only issue I had with mine when I had mine is it had the PACCAR engine. I don't really care for the PACCAR. I'm not going to say I'm pretty sure. I will say that I think that these that Crete brought in has the Cummins in them. Yeah, I really hope that that works out, and I hope that Crete decides to bring more of those KWs in, because I'm going to be honest with you, they ride like freaking Cadillacs. It's such a smooth ride. It's so much more comfortable than these freight shakers. But we'll see. Last but not least, Crete has been talking about this for a little while, and they have finally implemented a plan to hopefully knock it out. Speeding. As most of you know, our trucks have been cut up to 65 within the last, 6 or 7 months maybe. Not too long after I got here. On cruise, we got bumped up to 65. Well, now it turns out since that happened, speeding tickets has shot up. And that's not good. Not only does that piss the company off as a whole, they didn't have to bump us up to 65. They could have left us at 62. And I know some of you might think, well, it's not that big of a difference. It kind of is. I would much rather run 65 than 62, right? Speeding tickets shot up, which Crete started addressing on their social media, which made me worried, because then I thought, these people, certain drivers, are going to cause the company to backtrack on their decision, and they're going to cut everybody back down to 62. And I was going to be irritated. But what they decided to start doing, if you get a speeding ticket, they're going to cut you back to 62 on the pedal and on cruise for 90 days. And then if you get another ticket, you're going to get cut back for 180 days, half a year basically. And then after that, I'm pretty sure third strike, you're out. Me personally, I'm down with it. I like it. I think that they should cut you down further than 62. But I'm really, really glad that they did not decide to cut everybody down in the company, because I thought that's what was coming. They've been talking about it every time they've done something on social media. They've brought up the speeding tickets, because most of our speeding tickets are in 55-mile-an-hour zones. And they addressed that on Facebook, and I've read some of the dumbest comments that I've ever read in my entire life. And if you think this, you're dumb. Just know that I think you're dumb. And you can say that I'm dumb, whatever. But I read, these are real comments. People were saying that they had to speed in 55-mile-an-hour zones because we're governed to 65 and 70-mile-an-hour zones. What? I don't get that. That is a dumb argument. You sound stupid if that is your justification for doing 65 and a 55. You're dumb, and you deserve to have your truck cut down. I wish they would cut you people down to 55. You know, that's where most of the tickets are happening. You're doing 65 and a 55. I wish Crete would say, you know what, you want to do 65? All right, you want to do 65 and a 55? Guess what, you're doing 55 everywhere. That's what I wish that they would do, because honestly, I don't feel like 62 is a big enough punishment. But again, that's Crete's decision. I don't get to make decisions like that. And also, my theory is Crete is also worried about driver retention. I don't think that they're going to do anything too drastic, because they do want to hold on to drivers. I think if they started cutting people down to 55, they risk people leaving, which is ridiculous. You know, you're screwing yourself. You're the one that sped. You're the ones with the dumbass, and that's what they are. They're dumbass excuses. Excuse my French. I try not to cuss, but I mean, just think of. I can't fathom logically believing that and not feeling like an idiot. Like, oh, yep, that's what it is, man. I got to speed in 55s because I'm governed 5 miles an hour under the speed limit in 70 zones. Yeah. That's dumb. You're an idiot if you believe that. And I can't tell you how many people were writing this on the post where Crete on their Facebook announced that that's what they were going to start doing. These people are complaining. Here's my thing. Leave. I don't know that I want you behind the wheel of a truck anyways, based on your idiotic logic. I mean, I genuinely, I'm not going to sit here and rag on it. I mean, honestly though, I can't fathom having that thought for 1 second. And these people complain about the company is micromanaging everyone. No, it's not Crete's fault that you got caught speeding. You're speeding. So not only is it screwing you out of money, it's fucking up our CSA scores. I can't tell you how many times I've been pulled into a scale lately. DOT keeps track of that. And if you think that they don't, talk to a few people around the company. I talked to quite a few people in this company, and they're going through the same thing. People that have gone years without DOT inspections. All of a sudden, Crete is making a big deal about speeding tickets. And then drivers at the company are getting pulled in for inspections and stuff like that. Is it a coincidence? It very well could be, but DOT, I know for a fact, DOT keeps up with stuff like that. I know for a fact, and I'm not going to say how I know. Trust me, I know DOT keeps up with stuff like that. It's their job. The ones that care about their jobs, they keep up with that crap. But yet you want to get mad at the company for trying to protect their CSA score. Some of us here care about that. Some of us don't like getting screwed with by DOT because we got crappy CSA scores. And that's a safety thing. Speed limits are speed limits in those areas for a specific reason. And you got dipshits doing 65, 10 over the speed limit in that's most of the cases, 10 over, and you're pulling 80,000 pounds. And then you want to complain. But they're treating us like children. They have to. You act like freaking children. It blows my mind. But you know what? At the same time, it's going to be kind of nice. Like I said, I'm just glad that they're not, you know, bringing everybody else back down to 62. And again, you people complaining. Here's the thing. Here's what you can do. You can not speed, not have to worry about it. I'm not worried about it. I agree with it, and I'm so glad that they're doing it. You know why? Because I'm not going to get a speeding ticket. It's that freaking simple. You don't get pulled over. You don't speed, you don't get pulled over, and you don't get a freaking ticket, and then your truck don't get cut down. It's that freaking simple. You people that are complaining about it, all that tells me, and all that probably tells Crete, is that you're worried about it because you're anticipating getting a ticket because you speed all the dang time. Don't speed, you're fine. I love what they're doing. I love it. And I love seeing these dingbats that are irritated by it. If you're worried about it, that really just says that you're anticipating getting a ticket because you speed all the time, and you know you speed all the time, and you're mad. So here's what you can do. You can just not speed, or go buy your own truck. Go buy your own truck. Go work for a company that doesn't go Swift. They just cut theirs up to 65 not long after us. Go to Swift. They probably don't give a crap if you get a speeding ticket. Go there. Go to Western Express. They run 64. That's 1 mile an hour off from us. They probably don't care if you get a ticket though. Don't complain about Crete being safety conscious. They've got a reputation that they would like to uphold, and I don't blame them at all. This company is one of the best companies out on the road, in my personal opinion, and they're one of the best companies out on the road if you take into consideration scores from companies that are around the same size. One of the safest companies out on the road based on paper. And you people speeding are screwing it up, and Crete's cracking down on it, and you got an issue with it. It's ridiculous. But anyways, I'm going to get going. Slow her down. You're not getting anywhere faster.